There were a few times I actually spared that cyber, in practice runs, I spared the cyber demon to come back with the BFG, but that kind of athletics, trying to press the switch with that cyber demon lurking, it's not worth it when you've got this, when you're, you know, it would take, like, if your survival rate doing that is like 60%, then you would lose, like, an hour worth of deaths just dicking around with that. So I did it. Yeah, it's just grinding. This is grinding now. Nothing really else. I've still got the hardest fight to go, and it was the Archvile Disco for me. That was you generally don't consider stationary enemies in Doom to be a threat alone. When they're on their own, they generally don't consider them a threat, but they were a threat in the Archvile Disco just because they pushed it up to 11 with how they did that. They have damaging floors, and the only places that aren't damaging are in direct line of sight of like 50 Archviles, so... and only like a few rad suits and an invuln. Yeah, what I'm doing now is leading a cyber team. Like, with Sunlust map 28, I was like JC on, or Zebra, whatever you want to call the speedrunner. I was basically like him on map 28 of Sunlust, but here I was like Big Mac Davis on Go To It. If you want to know how I sounded and felt, map 28 was like JC on the Plutonia Nightmare 100% secret D2 all, and this was more or less like I was Big Mac Davis on Go To It. Yeah, I decided very intentionally that I wouldn't get that close to him, just in case just that happened. I don't really care about saving plasma at this point. Like, it doesn't matter that much. I've got even more spare plasma. I'll confess something to you right now. I sort of cheated at the end fight. Something that never happens and never has happened actually happened in that end fight. When I had basically beaten the room. Like, the room was complete, essentially. When something just never happened. Just happened. And I decided I just wanted to be done, so I cheated. I mean, what I'm trying to do here is, if you jump over that invuln at the right place, I got this from Physics Cat's stream. I think it was Derek that knew this strategy, where you sort of jump onto the button and you press it, and then you run just over the line depth, but skip the actual invulnerability. To lower the stairs and before you grab the invuln, so that way, once you've got the invuln, you'll have a few extra seconds on it to fight this. Okay, what I did here is I basically carved myself a safe zone, and then my safe zone is cruelly disrespected by the most insane thing that has ever happened to me. And then, to my horror, the friggin' platform that allows you to teleport out wasn't lowered. Like, you have to step up onto a certain stair on this Archvile Disco. You have to step up to a certain spot to get it to lower. And yeah, there it is. 2 resurrects in a God mode, but this is it. I turned God mode off once I'd killed the rest of these files. And yeah, I'm guilty of this, but it's is my video, my playstyle. I'm not trying to prove anything to anyone. Yeah. My game, my rules. That's what I say. Not really a speedrunner, and I don't even want to be like a big YouTuber, sort of. I noticed this one peanut butter meme I made a while back. It reached 10,000 views recently, which is definitely exciting. I never thought I would ever have a video make it past 10,000 views, but I'm pretty sure that video is like 90% of my channel's total views, but whatever, I don't really give a crap. I'll just be this one random YouTuber in the middle of nowhere, and I'm happy with that. And yeah, saving all that plasma, and also just avoiding grabbing those boxes early. Got 488 going into the easiest fight of the map, so it doesn't really matter, but I got some extra plasma for this anyways. And yeah, grab that mega sphere. Once you can grab it again, you will be able to circle strafe, and once you're able to circle strafe, you will not die. So just grab it. Then prepare for the easiest fight in the map. It's circle strafe and U strafe, really. It's a bit of BFG to carve through the cacodemons, which come at a different angle to everything else, making it likely for them to block you, and probably even more likely if you're using a source port other than Z-Doom, which is what I was using. It's just... once I see pain elementals, I go BFG. I can use all, like, saving that 488 plasma, it helps, it does. I mean, it's just that it helps for, like, marginally on a fight that you really shouldn't expect to die on. So, just keep... yeah, and look, I found that you have to just look behind you and be ready to dodge some things. I actually did die a few times here in practice runs, but literally all you have to do is look behind you and try to dodge to the best of your abilities. That's it. Nothing else. And maybe hold the BFG out for stuff like that. You don't really need to use that many rockets. Well, I mean, you kind of should keep firing just to open up more land for you to run and make sure you don't get choked. You won't really get choked in this room, but you'll have more contact with the revenants which are coming. Like, you'll have to be facing more revenant fireballs, and they're a lot harder to dodge. One of the rules, by the way, if you're up against a lot of revenants, like, sort of up front, if you can't circle strafe up front, you don't dodge them like normal enemies. You basically do U-shaped strafes, like the Sino said, little U and then kind of a big U, but that's misleading. You do one U shape and you sort of go just do one U shape, then at the end of your U shape move away from the revenants, then another U shape going the other direction, and at the end of that U shape go the other. You know what I'm saying. You might have seen it. You might have seen someone else do it. Like, I mean, if you've seen Decino play MAP24 specifically of Sunlust, he brought up that little strategy. And it's basically what you do all the time against revenants that you can't really circle strafe, but still have room to fight. It's not quite what you do here. You just look behind you. You look in front of you, actually. You can't really blind dodge revenants like you can blind dodge most other enemies. You can't dodge them quite as blindly. Like, you can turn your back on an enemy, and if you're circle strafing them, you're good. That's how overpowered circle strafing is. And that's why Sunlust usually doesn't let you do that. And other hard slaughter wads, like say Sunder, don't let you do that as much either. And yeah, you just sort of look in front of you, just be ready to dodge rev rockets, and you'll be fine. Did I tell you playing Doom? I really do, on a different note, I really do feel like playing Doom made me good at actual chess. I wonder if that's so. Like, you have to predict enemies a few seconds in advance, just like you'd have to predict your opponent a few moments, a few turns in advance, so... And it also stresses your perception ability and, like, just being able to see everything around you. And so I wonder if playing Doom made me good at chess, because I've gotten way better at chess than when I was younger. I'm pretty good now. And so, there it is. The end of 28. We've won.